Coffee time, coffee time, coffee time. What's good, people? Hope this video catch you in the best mood. Give me a second here. I'm gonna get started. Drop the link. Coffee time, coffee time. I do that every day, don't I? I'm putting the link all over social media. To start this shit off, we're gonna be touching on police brutality. You can find the link on YouTube also now. Put it on put it on Twitter real quick. Post it on Twitter. Then we're gonna get started with this. Post the link on Facebook first. Hope everything going good out there. Hope y'all ain't let nobody steal y'all joy today. The link is now all over the chat on Facebook. Anybody want to come up, they more than welcome. We'll be speaking on police brutality and some other stuff. You know how we do it. Roll your blunt, get that hand, or your coffee for coffee time. You dig? I got a couple of people they gonna be coming in on the live. Live is open to whoever want to come up. That's why I got the link in all spots. Don't just be a lurker. You can come up. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta just look. Trying to give some of my guests a time to get here. The link is in the chat. All right, you want to come up? Click the link. Tell Google yes, and it'll show me you backstage. I'm gonna pull you up. This is gonna be a good one. I'm curious. Let me tag a few people real quick. They must didn't see I was live. But I hold it down till the guests get here. You know what I'm saying? Police brutality, it's real deep. It goes real deep, you know. And they'll do whatever they gotta do to cover themselves up. to make it look like they innocent. Know what I'm saying? And it's a shame. Them type of law enforcement officers need to be held accountable for their actions. I'm sure we all been through a little police brutality. Police done did something along the line. Now's the time to put it out there. If you got something to say, come on up. Other than that, hold your peace. Just a sec. Laws are very crooked. They very crooked. I got one up. The link is in the chat. I'm trying to give my people time. I'm sure y'all done been messed with for nothing, huh? Just harassed. It don't make no sense. They want to know where you going. Where the fuck is you going? Shit. You a person like me. I should not tell you where I'm going. You should not tell me where you going. You ask me where I'm going, where you going. You know what I'm saying? You take it how you want to take it. I don't know. I guess they must thought I started at 9 since I had 9 posted on there. I'm the only one on time. Uh-huh. It's happening all around the world too. If y'all notice that shit, it's happening all around the world. What colors get messed with most? Black and Mexican. Mm-mm-mm. This is a growing problem that's affecting the whole United States. Not everybody in jail is guilty. Not everybody in prison is guilty. You know what I'm saying? You actually have some innocent people up in them places due to harassment and racial profiling, you know. Y'all can take this blog how y'all want to, you know. It is what it is. I'm gonna say what I want to say. It is gonna be said. That's what we do over here. The link is in the chats. Want to come up? Click it. You can be part of the chat. There should be a lot of people speaking on that. I guess not, but we're gonna be on here. We're gonna be on here for a good little minute. The link is in the chat. You wanna come up? All you gotta do is hit the link, and I'll bring you up. We're speaking on police brutality tonight. That's what we're starting it off with. I got a couple of guests. They late. They say they was gonna follow through. They late. The police, they pulled me over one time. You know, they told me that they didn't have no warrant for me or nothing. That they wanted to just question the girl that was with me. You know? So I told them, go question her. What you got to put me in the car for all of that? You know what I'm saying? So when I told them that, they said they didn't have no issue, no warrant on me or nothing like that. So why are you trying to put me in the back seat of the car? And if you want to go, if you want to ask her something, go ask her. You know. So they said I was being a smart ass. So they tried to push me in the car, and I refused. So by me refusing, he was trying to put the handcuffs on me. I took his handcuffs and threw them or whatever. By me doing that, the hoes start jumping me. Boom, 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 boom. Beat me up. I had a bloody lip, everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anyways, any other time, convenience stores, they got all the footage you need, right? Well, not on this day. They ain't had no footage for some reason. And I know what reason it was. It's just they crooked. If the cops go to them and say they need that footage, they don't want that release. Guess what? You'll never see it. You'll never know about it. Period. Police brutality is bad out here. I'm a living witness, not just one time, several times. I'm saying several times. I could speak on it. Let me call these. Let me call these people. Yeah, it's better to just listen with them what they say. You know what I'm saying? They gonna be assholes. Let them be assholes. It's on. All right. All right, bet. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, it's real cricket out here. It's real fucked up. Ain't nothing we could really do about it. Let's just talk about it. Because it takes a community to stand up to do things. And what I've noticed, people don't stand together at all. You know, it ain't even worth standing for somebody if you know they not standing for you. It takes more than one people. That stuff gotta end sooner or later. When you pull together as a community, things can be done. A lot of people give up hope too easy. You know what I'm saying? You give up hope too easy, you'll never know. What up, James Blocker? I see you in the chat. Unk. Yeah, I'm speaking on police brutality, man. You know, I got the link in the chat. Anybody want to come up? All you gotta do is click that link that I posted in the chat, and I bring you upstage. Hello, hello. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, all right. Speaking on police brutality. You know, speaking on police brutality. That's what it is.
I mean, it's a really
Uh,
important
we,
topic.
we got we got one more guest. He say he finna get ready to come in a sec, in a little bit, and whoever else come up. I got the link in the chat. Anybody want to come up and talk about this police brutality stuff? I just told one of my stories. You know, in a quick way, I told it. You know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of times. Plenty of times. You got anything you want to say?
Well, I mean, I'm glad that you brought it up because I just think it's such an important issue. And America is so divided right now, right? That a lot of people are wondering why this is all in the news. You know, why people are always talking about it, why everybody on social media talking about it. And I mean, it's definitely not a new thing, but one of the one of the reasons why it's come to the forefront right now is because it used to be social media. So unless you experienced it yourself back in the day, I mean, it was just stories.
That's true.
No, it didn't have the same impact um, as it does now because now we got videos.
That's true.
For a lot of people, you know, people with my skin color, I mean, they they're living they might live in communities or stay with friends and families that also have the same skin color. So they really have personal experience with that. And now through social media, people are able to see this stuff happening really in real time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so many times I've heard, well, he must have been doing something, right? He didn't know how to talk to officers. He didn't
Mm-hmm.
know, he didn't use respect. He was doing something shady, whatever the reason.
They
But
ran out of excuses.
that's right. I mean, is in so many of these cases, like these are people just existing. You walk out your house and you're black, you are more likely to get killed. Anytime that you come into contact with a police officer, you are in danger simply because you came into contact with that man or woman. You know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Some of
Yeah.
these shooters, they are women.
You're right.
And there's this us versus them mentality that when these officers go through training, they are taught to look at black and brown people as criminals.
That's true. That's
It's
true.
it's been cases where they found out that the police officers were using in target practice, like what do you call that? Like the cardboard model, you know,
Mm-hmm.
is a target like shaped like a man and shaped like a black man.
Uh-huh. Wow. That's deep.
So when these officers, like, they're quick to say, "Oh well, I was afraid of my life," like that's all that they have to say. I was afraid, but they're afraid just because they look at a person and they got dark skin. And it's so strange to me that people will give them any excuse for committing an act of brutality against a person that they come into contact with, a civilian. It's really strange to me that people excuse this, and they'll come up with any excuses. That one of the things that they'll say, well, they were committing a crime. But since when are police officers executioners? Since when are they judges? We supposedly have the presumption of innocence.
Very.
So even if the officers saw them committing a crime, they don't have the legal authority to go and shoot that person.
That's true.
The other excuse that people like to say is, oh, well, they ran. They ran.
Mm-hmm. Or
Why
or
would
he
you?
or he had something and it was a cell phone.
Yeah. We thought it was a gun, it was a cell phone.
Yeah.
He was reaching for something. Well, he was reaching for his driver's license
Mm-hmm.
because you asked him for it, you know?
After they told him to get the driver's license. That's the
Yeah.
code.
And everybody knows the routine. You get stopped, you get out your license, registration, you know, whatever it is, your insurance. And then another thing, even if they did have a gun, well, Second Amendment. Everybody's so big on the Second Amendment. You got the right to bear arms. Do you have the right to bear arms if the police can shoot you for having a gun on you? Do you have a right? Or does a person that's the right skin color in the eyes of law, they got more rights than you?
That's
Because
deep. Deep.
these people walk around black vest on, like full military gear, AR strapped across their chest, going into Subway to get a sandwich. The law's not afraid though. They're not finna get shot. Open carry, carrying without a license. But suddenly the cops stop a black person and they're afraid for their life because they might have a gun. Look like they have some in their pocket.
Yeah. If not, put it on them, frame them. You know what I'm saying? Like send them away. You know what I'm saying? In some parts of the United States, not all parts of the United States do they play like that, but you know, you just can't trust them. Like John say, you got to cut your camera on when you're talking to the police. Cut your camera on. You know, keep your camera on and record them like they recording you.
That's right.
I'll let you continue. I'm gonna let you continue.
So back on the topic of did they run? Did they run? There's been a lot of cases where they ran, they were shot in the back. Officer clearly had no reason to be afraid because that person had their back turned. That officer is not in imminent danger if someone is running away. And people say, well, they were trying to get away. And they should be executed because they ran off. Really? In other countries, that doesn't happen. This is a very U.S. phenomenon. We are so used to it that we are not surprised by it. And there's a lot of police apologists who, regardless of the facts of the case, are going to find something to say to try and excuse that officer. But it should never be justified that an officer kills someone unless it is an imminent danger type of situation. For example, there is a man who has a gun who is an active shooter. That's legit reason to take that person down, right?
Right.
But do they do it in that case, though? Do they really do it in that case?
No. I'm sorry to say it. No.
Oh,
No.
they'll shoot somebody in the back 60 times because he had a tail light out and he got scared and ran, which to me is completely justified. If you look at the numbers of what happens when a black man is stopped in America, they're very likely to get killed.
That's true.
But let a light-skinned person or a white person or what have you walk up into a school building carrying military-style assault weapons.
They're gonna go. They're gonna go in there and kill him. They're going in there and kill him. They're not gonna sit outside like them cops did in Uvalde and wait that almost an hour just to go in. They're going. They're going in the moment they hear he's black.
Exactly.
Or Mexican, or Mexican. You know, I understand that the harassment with Mexicans is tough too, and I understand that. I really do, because
Native
I've
Americans too.
yes. I have you been harassed personally? Have you ever been harassed?
I was
Just for no
actually
reason?
I was falsely arrested. It was a stupid charge. It was PI,
Mhm,
but I'll tell you my story, and
mhm.
it's not brutal. Like there's no quote unquote violence against me, but it was more an abuse of an authority. where basically what happened was I joined my sister at her birthday party. I just got off from work, and it was at Ricochet's, and it was finna close down. I had gotten off late. I had time to have one drink, and her friends were there. Her friend's boyfriend, he just showed up the same time I did. He had one drink. But they were pretty wasted. The rest of the party, we all left. We were going somewhere else, and my sister was driving. I didn't even realize she was intoxicated because she was a heavy drinker. My sister can drink. So anyhow, we left, and we're going to one of them low places in Angleton, and I went down 288. Officer pulled us over, and he's like, we're taking her because of DWI or whatever. He says, is there anybody else who can drive? So there was two chicks in front, and me and this other dude were in the back. Now we had both just had one drink, so we knew we could drive, and we knew we could pass the sobriety test. So we said, yeah, we could drive. So he says, step out the car. And this is important. This is why I'm telling y'all a story, because if you don't realize, if you step out the car and you take a step onto the highway, onto the road, they can arrest you for PI.
Wow.
They can arrest you for public intoxication because the road is public property. So officers will actually do this. It's a tactic that they'll use just to arrest you. They'll tell you to step out the car.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something right there?
If you're not being charged with a crime and you're not being arrested and they tell you to get out the car, you got to realize that that could be one of their objectives, is just so that they can arrest you.
Yeah.
If we had said no and we had stayed in the car, we would have been good. But we're thinking, okay, we're going to drive the car so that my sister's car not towed. But as soon as we stepped out the car, he arrested us. And we begged him, give us a sobriety test, whatever. No. So he sits us in the back of the car. And the two girls that were actually left in the car were drunk. They were completely wasted. And at this point, he tells them to get out, to call rides and to get out because the car was being impounded. So they somehow, yeah.
Wow.
And these girls are being loud. They are running around the car. I gotta go pee, officer. They're like doing the pee dance, all that kind of stuff. And he's saying nothing. He didn't ask them how many drinks they had, sobriety test, nothing. And meanwhile, me and the dude, we're handcuffed and we're just watching this like, are you for real right now?
Yeah.
And we see that there's a camera, like we know that there is that dash camera. So I'm just thinking, okay, well, at least this will all be on film. So we'll have a chance to at least get ourselves exonerated or what have you. So anyhow, we get taken down to the station, and this in Lake Jackson. And
wow. Always Lake Jackson. Every time you look up, that's all you hear is Lake Jackson.
It's got to be Lake Jackson for this type of thing to happen. But anyhow, so we get there, and I'm begging for the officer to give me a breathalyzer or take my blood even. I mean, it's not a good thing for you to give a blood test because a blood test is usually higher than a breathalyzer. But I knew that I had only had one drink. And I'm a thick girl. So, like, I know that I'm not intoxicated.
Mm-hmm.
But anyhow, he wouldn't. He just straight up refused.
Wow. Wow.
So
That.
I ended up spending the night in jail over this.
Wow. That's something. That's something else.
And there was another law there, and he saw me, and he actually knew me, and he knew I was a good girl and stuff. So, and he could tell that I wasn't drunk, so he was surprised to see me there. And asked me what I was doing there. I told him, and he just kind of like he knew what was going on. And
Wow.
but there was nothing that he could do because the other officer was the one that arrested me.
Wow.
So anyhow, I had to wait until the next day to get bonded out because all this stuff happened in the middle of the night. And whenever after I got out, I got a court date, and most of the time you could just pay the fine and you can avoid court, and that's what everybody told me to do. They're like, oh, it's just $180 or whatever, just pay that. I said, no, I'm not going to pay that because I know what happened to me. But the laws get people like that because people don't report it and because people don't want to be bothered and don't want to take the time. I mean, nobody wants to deal with these people.
That's true. That's true.
Most of the time, it is just easier to just go ahead on and pay the money. But I decided not to. I fought my case. And when I got up there, they were shocked whenever I told them that I was pleading not guilty. Because nobody fights this type of, that small of a charge.
Yeah.
So the prosecutor took me to the back and I explained to her the situation. So I have one question. I want to see the video. I want you to know what I'm talking about. I want to see the video. It's going to explain my whole side of the story. So she goes away, comes back. I'm sorry, ma'am. They recorded over the video.
What? Wow.
So, well, that's convenient. Why they record over my video? She said, "Oh, that's what we do. That's our practice. We just record over all the videos. We just use the same ones."
Wow. Now tell me that ain't fuckery at its finest. You know what I'm saying?
So I told her, I said, "Look, I can show you my check stub that has the hours I worked. It'll say what time I got off. And you're going to know, based on the time Ricochet's closes, that there wasn't even enough time for me to have had enough drinks to be intoxicated. I was at work the whole time, so it's not like I would have been drinking on the job."
Wow.
I said, if you want to take this, you want to fight me on this, then I'm going to get that. We'll have to come back. I'm going to get that. But I'm also going to bring it up to the judge, the fact that I was denied any type of sobriety test.
Wow.
Because that doesn't happen. People don't ask for, please, officer, take my blood. Like, that don't happen.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I wouldn't let them take my blood either. I don't know what they got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
I don't trust them like they don't trust me. I don't trust them either. Shoot, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
we got the feeling is mutual. I don't trust you either. Just like you don't trust me, I don't trust you. You know, because you You're out here to protect and serve, but yet you harass. And you harass all the wrong people most of the time. That's how it usually is. You know,
Yeah, for sure.
just harassing the harass for nothing. You know, people have lives. It's hard out here. You harassing the motherfucker, and then tell them, okay, like for instance, one time I got pulled over, right? So I had a light on the driver's side was on. They was telling me the light on the man. Fuck you, nigga. Who is that in the chat? Punk ass nigga.
Who is it?
Anybody? Some
Anybody
punk.
I know?
Nah, fuck no. This nigga ain't even on my chat.
Okay.
Block user. It's easy. All you gotta do is block user. I'm a moderator. Any moderator can block user. You know what I'm saying? Get that bitch ass up off of there. You got haters a little bit of everywhere. So anybody can see this video. Like I said, people that I don't know, people that you don't know, people none of us know. So what has defunding the police done? Wasn't that supposed to be the fix? Can you see the chat?
No.
Oh, you can't. You can't see the chat on your phone.
Hold up. Oh wait. Let me go.
You
I
should be able
probably
to see.
need to refresh it. Hold on. Let me go.
You should be able to see.
Refresh it. I don't see the comment.
Well, Red 45 said, so what has defunding the police produced? Hold up, let me go back.
I mean, where were they actually defunded though?
Huh?
We asked for them to be defunded. Where were they actually defunded? They weren't defunded.
I don't know. They said so what has defunding the police produced? What wasn't that supposed to be the fix?
Okay, what
Um,
else I'm gonna say about that?
she lost me. I would like you to come up and ask that. I'm lost. I don't know. She talking to you, gotta be.
Okay. Well, I have something to say about it. I'm not exactly sure what she's trying to say, but I can
Uh,
speak on that. So one of the things that some Black activists have been asking for, and originally going back even maybe a couple of decades, is to defund the police. And the reason why they're saying this is because right now the money is going to officers, it's going to people who sit around and say they're not going to take a police report, people who say they're going to solve a crime, don't solve it. You know what I mean? Like most of the crimes actually go unsolved. The majority
Red 45, Red 45, come on up here and come to the front.
are they coming
Hey,
on?
when you got them haters coming through your chat, it's starting to boom. Once them haters come through the chat, y'all more than welcome. All haters. Anybody that's
Yeah.
support coffee time, y'all can come on up. But these haters, I still see these haters, they coming in. They just making a fake page because it tell me right here somebody made another fake page. I could see it.
Yeah, well, they're
That's just a fan that's into. They just enticed. They like what we doing. That's all. Continue.
so when people say defund the police, that's money that we could be putting towards social programs in the community, that we could be investing into the community, whether it's from infrastructure, roads, making the city look nice, adding street lamps so that it's safer. We could be adding more mental health counselors. There's just like any number of things that could strengthen the community and support families, support young people, give them opportunities so that they don't have to go out there and sell drugs or go out there and, commit crimes, what have you, just to feed their family. Like, there's better things that we could be doing with that money. So when people say defund the police, that's what they're talking about. The police have not been defunded. We have not defunded the police.
You're right, man. 45 crime is worse than ever. You are so right. It's worse than ever. I ain't mean to cut you off. I'm just watching the chat also. YouTube done caught these people now. They done got on them.
But yeah, so I mean, there's other ways that you could spend the money that would actually lower crime. There are, for example, studies have shown that if kids have something to do, if kids can go outside and play, if their neighborhood is fixed up, if it's well designed, where children have something to do other than just sit around and hang around and be bored and smoke and drink and do drugs and have sex at an early age, like all of those things, there's ways to prevent crimes from happening in the first place. We could be doing that, but instead we are throwing more and more money every year at police departments who don't actually solve a whole lot of crimes and who spend a lot of times doing things like, say, lurking by the side of the road to see if they can catch somebody speeding or catch somebody, forgetting to put their turn signal on or whatever. Trying to make their quotas at the end of the month, trying to arrest people, just looking for things for people to do. If we didn't spend so much money on that, we could use that money for better things. We could reinvest in our communities, and we could do things that would stop crimes from happening in the first place. Instead, we're throwing the money at these police departments where the officers have little training. A lot of them are coming in there to start off with, they're racist. If they didn't start off as racist, they probably will be after some time on the force, because there's such a strong us versus them mentality. They see themselves as...
Hey, she said, they theory, Red, I ain't mean to cut you off, but we got a comment.
Yeah,
Red 45.
I can't see the comments, so I don't know.
She said crime is now through the roof. They have little training because you defunded them.
Okay, show me where they've been defunded. Prove it. Where have they been?
I don't know who they saying defunded them, but the police and all of that, they're all elite. Shit, all of them rich people together. They all run the famous stuff: the airlines, YouTube, Facebook, the little bit of everything.
The police have not been defunded in the U.S. They have not. If they have, prove me wrong. Okay, maybe I missed some. If they have, let me know where. Let's see a credible source.
Said NYC, Philly, Pittsburgh, Atlanta.
This what? Yeah, okay, what's the source?
I don't know.
No.
Say they can be fun. NYC, Philly, Pittsburgh, Atlanta. I don't see them being defunded because they're gonna have them police, no doubt. Or did they take? Is she saying they shorten their pay or something? What does she mean by defunded?
I don't know if
If y'all
if
want to, I put the link in the chat. Y'all can come up. You can have your camera off. If you don't want your camera on, cut it off and you can come up. That way you can explain yourself a little bit.
explain it, let me know. Like,
I put the link
I'll
in the
look
chat
into
right
it.
there.
If
All
you
you gotta
got
do
a
is click the link
source,
and pull you up.
you got a source, you're not just saying this, I will look into it. But I can tell you that crime in a lot of areas has actually gone down. It's not the same everywhere. Some places it's actually gone down. So I need to know, where are you talking about? Be more specific. Let me know what your
I
source is.
think I think the spots that they're naming it's rising, like Chicago, NYC, Philly, Atlanta, Houston, Dallas. Crime is rising in those spots. The cities, the inner cities. I think that's what they're talking about.
I mean, it might have happened, if
Oh, you said NYC gutted the police budget. Oh wow. That's something we
do
didn't
they
know.
have a
We didn't know
source?
that.
Do they have a source though?
NYC,
Because
NYC.
anybody could say that, and a lot of times these things go through the media, and even
Uh,
one person could say it, and that like they share
you
an
gotta look
article, and then another person shares it. But I want to
mm,
see the source.
the
I can
proof.
evaluate a
The
source.
proof. Yeah, the proof. The
Let, let
proof.
me let me find out, because this is actually what I do.
Yeah, the
I
proof.
read I read this type of stuff all the time. Let me know. I'll look
Hmm.
at it. If I'm wrong, I'll look at it. I'll come back, say, okay, give me a chance to look at it. Give me a chance to think about it. But what I can tell you is that it has been a goal of Black Lives Matters to defund the police. And really, they're saying, let's put some money into other things in our community so that we can decrease crime that way. But just because that was their goal doesn't mean that that's happened. I'm pretty sure that Biden actually increased money for police spending. I'm pretty sure. So just because people are saying it doesn't mean that it's true.
That's true. That's very true. Just got to do your own research. Get out there and look, discover. Gave you a brain to think with. You know what I'm saying? Use.
And I'm not talking about Fox News. Okay, there's a lot of these sites that are basically like white supremacist propaganda. They're not actually news. They're not credible. That's not a valid source. Fox News is actually considered entertainment. They lost their right to be classified as actual news media. They had to be reclassified. So, like I said, if you got a source, let me know. But actually, what we're talking about today is police brutality.
Yes,
So people trying to apologize for the police. Well, what about this? What about that? It's actually deflecting from the real problem.
I understand.
If we want to, maybe we should do an episode or a podcast talking about the rate of crime, whether it's going up, whether it's going down, where that's happening, and why. We could do that. It's just not the focus today, unless that person wants to come on and like explain exactly how it ties into police brutality, because that's not the cause of police brutality. I can tell you causes of police brutality are things like lack of training, and that's something that has been going on because they set it up that way. They've been had that money. It's not like their budget got cut so they decreased training. No, if you want a badge and you pass their little courses or whatever, then you
Hmm.
can have a badge. You need more training to be a teacher in the state of Texas than you do to be a police officer, to carry a gun.
Hmm.
And I can tell you this: I used to work as a case manager for refugee children, and people who have those type of jobs have to have a lot of training to learn nonviolent de-escalation. If you are in any type of profession that works with people who are in stressful situations, people who are in crisis, who might be abused, they might have mental health issues, they're going through a lot of turmoil, a lot of changes in their life, you know, like police officers come into contact with every day, or mental health counselors, or what have you, people that work with children in shelters. We have to know how to de-escalate a situation. That person is up here, that person is stressed, they're upset, angry. You have to be able to talk to them and bring them down. And even if they're threatening violence, even if they're aggressive, there are ways to do that to calm down the situation. If you go in there and you start yelling and cussing, or you go to grab that person just any kind of way, that's just going to escalate it. So tell me why it is that I could sit in an office just interviewing people, okay? Or even someone working in the cafeteria at one of these places will have to have training to prevent rape, harassment, and violence. You have to have training for this. And more training than police officers have to have. Police officers in the state of Texas do not have to have that training. Tell me why. They're carrying the gun. Another thing about that, in that capacity, me working in a place like this, if I have one allegation that I harassed someone, got violent with them, made a sexual comment, anything inappropriate, I would get fired even before the investigation, and I would get blacklisted from the job. Now, as an officer, you can straight up kill someone. You can shoot them dead for any reason, for no reason. What's going to happen to you? You're probably not going to lose your job. Now, if it comes to enough of the attention from the media or from social media, there's enough of a public outcry, they might fire you, but chances are they're going to call you in, ask you to retire, resign. You're going to do that. You're still going to be able to keep all of your retirement benefits, whatever. You don't have to say that you were terminated. You can leave that job, and most of the officers that do these things actually go on to work for the police department. They just move and get a job somewhere else. There's no accountability. There is not one other profession that's like this. Not one where you could just straight up go kill somebody. If officers are going to carry weapons and they're going to work in so-called dangerous situations where they have to be afraid of their lives, like traffic stops where, apparently they are scared to stop somebody for running a stop sign. There's the point that they might shoot that person. If they are going to work in that capacity, why shouldn't we expect them to do their job well? Why should it be acceptable that they can not only hurt someone, but kill them? And it's very unlikely that a case will be brought to court. It's unlikely that if it goes to court, that they'll be convicted. If they are convicted, it's unlikely that they'll do time, or that they'll do a typical sentence would be for somebody else. I mean, it's crazy. These people are literally above the law. Why? It doesn't have to be like this. It really doesn't. And no other country no other industrialized, so-called advanced civilized nation will you find this happening. In some places, the officers don't even carry guns. Now, at this point in this country, there are so many guns that are out there. It's really not realistic that officers wouldn't carry guns. But if they're going to carry guns, we should hold them accountable for using them properly, for knowing when to use them or when not to use them. No, they didn't use them over there in Uvalde. They didn't use them in Parkland. I mean, there's time and time again, they don't use them when they should.
That's true.
They bringing in these, if you hear after a mass shooting that somebody got brought in and was arrested, you don't even have to look. You already know they were white. They might bring them in alive and well with a bulletproof vest, got them Whataburger on the way. Mass shooter.
Possibly.
Not scared then. So, I mean, all that we're asking really is that officers be held accountable. And if they can't do their job in a professional way, if they can't do their job without brutalizing people, without racial profiling, without escalating a situation that doesn't even have to be violent, why should they continue their jobs? Why? It doesn't have to be like that. And I gotta tell you, they're so afraid for their lives, but the statistics don't show that their job is really as dangerous as they make it out to be. We're told all the time it's so dangerous, and in some situations it really is dangerous. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, it depends on where you're at, what state, what city. You got different ones that just really, that it's bad right now.
Right. I mean, it all depends on the context. Like, what type of a situation are they walking into?
Yeah.
It really all depends. But there's actually a whole. I saw a list the other day. I wish that I had it in front of me. But anyhow, there's a list like most dangerous professions, and there's a lot of professions that are actually much more dangerous. So my point is that officers are not in so much danger that we should just say, okay, you got carte blanche to just kill whoever you want. That's how much danger you're in. You cannot protect our community without getting violent. Like, no, that's not the reality of the situation. It's not. That's just not it. After the Civil War is when these police, a lot of the communities started getting police departments because they had people going around trying to oppress the Black people.
Somebody backstage. I'm gonna bring you up. That's my bad. What's good?
Shit, I came through, fam. I know I'm late. I'm out of there. I've been out of there a few days. I just dropped through because I've been listening here and there.
It's somebody else backstage. Hold up.
Oh, for real? Oh, see, dragging them in.
It might be Mike. I don't know.
What's good?
What's up, fam?
So we out here. We talking about police brutality.
Hell
yeah. She been going. She been on it. I've been letting her go. You know, once she goes, so you gotta let her go. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Ain't
Yeah.
gonna go. You got stories for days, boy.
Straight up, straight up, straight up. And that's what we on right now.
I
She
went to
was
my nephew game. They canceled that hoe.
oh yeah.
Yeah, they was out there stunting though.
Oh well, that's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, she was just telling, telling some true stuff about the police, man.
Well, you know.
Yeah, what I was just saying just now before y'all walked in, I'm sure y'all have a lot to add to this, but I was just, letting people know that from the jump, police departments were created to control Black and brown people.
Of course.
After the Civil War, that's what happened. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like all of a sudden we're seeing police brutality. No, that's why they were created. They are functioning as they were supposed to function.
Mm-hmm.
It's working as it was designed to. We can't be surprised that these things are happening.
Mm-hmm.
You
And
know,
it's not surprising. It's really not surprising.
the KKK back in the day and the police departments were one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, there still are a lot of officers, who are white supremacists. But I'm saying that's how it started. Nothing has changed significantly, and it's not going to change unless we demand it to change.
Mm-hmm.
There are trainings that they can do to prevent racism. They can try and weed out these racists. They can make the trainings last longer to where police actually have like a degree the way that other professions do. And they
Mm-hmm.
can hold them accountable. If you
Right?
are not effective, if you're not able to keep your head, you're not able to be professional, you don't know your gun from your taser, you're afraid because somebody reached for the purse that you asked for, okay, maybe it's not the right profession for you.
Right? Go be a school teacher.
I mean, it absolutely doesn't have to be this way. And I know that there's going to be people who watch this video who are very pro cop and they know good cops and this and that. Okay, that's even more reason to hold these bad officers accountable. If it's just some bad apples, all right, get them out of here, prosecute them, make them be
Yep.
responsible for what they did.
They not even really prosecuting them for that bullshit they do either.
No, they usually do not get prosecuted.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
Look like outside.
So Mike, let me
That's
ask you
what
this. You got anything you want to say?
I stay out the way. I go to work and I
That's
come
smart.
home. I don't got nothing. You know what I'm saying?
So you ain't been harassed before?
Yeah, many a time, bro. They just harassed me like 2 nights ago because I walked to the stove. The law stopped me, ran my name and everything.
What you were doing, minding your business.
Yeah, I was just walking to the stove, fam.
And from where your house at and the store, you cut right through that little field and right there to me the
Yeah, right,
market.
right,
That
right down
that
the street, like 10 minutes down the road. But I told him I know
and,
my
and,
rights. I say you wrongly are
and
causing me, really, because you ain't got no reason to mess with me.
exactly. That's too short of a distance for you to have to go through that from your house to the store right
Yeah.
there.
I just
You know
told
what
him
I'm
you
On
saying?
wrong.
foot.
You basically wrongly are causing me. Like basically you harassing me. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what he did.
So the only thing you told me was you have a good night, Mr. Payne, and let me go. You got to know your rights. Once you know your rights, you can fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know. That's why
I
I
don't
wasn't
know
even
how to say
sweating. I wasn't even sweating. I even had my ID that night. That's crazy because I usually forget my wallet. I mean, it ain't really nothing to get mad about. You just know it's gonna happen. It's just what it is.
That's true.
You can do things and learn things to fight. You know what I'm saying? For your freedom or for your right. Because as Americans, we all have a right. You know what I'm saying? You can't just wrongly accost me for nothing because I'm a black man walking down the street.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yep. I done had them pull me over for nothing. You know what I'm saying? He pulled me over.
I know
I've
you
been
did
pulled
that
over
many
so
a
many
time,
times.
bro.
I've been pulled over plenty of times. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of times.
I
But
know.
at this last time, the officer was like, I had one headlight on the driver's side. I always understood that was legal at nighttime, long as it's on the driver's side. But that
Yeah.
was some bullshit. That was some bullshit. Cause the nigga whipped around and told me that's some bullshit. So,
Right.
he was like, shit, as long as you come back clean, as long as you come back clear, I ain't gonna even give you a ticket. I'm gonna let you go.
Come on.
Shit. I came back clear, but guess what? I got a ticket.
Ain't that something?
That's cold. That's the coldest
That's,
one, man.
that's,
That's the
that's,
coldest one.
it's
That's the
pathetic,
coldest
man.
one, my nigga. That's the coldest one.
Honestly, it's really pathetic, bro. Like I don't. But it's just what it is. I know I learned that I know my rights. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you stop me and I know I ain't done nothing, I'm gonna hit you with them. I'm gonna hit you with my rights because I got my rights.
You can cut your camera on. I advise anybody to record the police because they gonna record you. So you
Yeah,
better record them.
and then had the nerve to talk about cut the camera out. I ain't cutting nothing out. Hit
Nah, you
me.
Yep.
don't have to cut
Man.
no camera off.
I want you to hit me.
That's you don't have to cut your camera off. That's he
Facts.
know that. He know that.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Hey,
It is what it is, man.
Cam.
Look out, Cam.
Yo.
You want to speak anything? You want to say anything on this before we pass it back to Miss Christina?
Shit, I'm telling you straight like this. Whoever watching, man, if you can, I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. Here's how I duck and dodge. Because all it takes is one bad run in with one of these bad apples, like Christina said, and you could be completely upholding your own and being a law-abiding citizen, and you could be following every rule that cop said.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make one sudden movement and he pop you and you're gone, then that man getting a free and paid vacation 9 times out of 10. With
Can
Mm-hmm.
that
y'all
being
see?
said,
Can y'all see
this
the
is what I
chat?
do, Kavon.
I ain't
This
mean
is
to
what
cut
I
you
do,
off,
Kavon.
fam. Did
Oh,
y'all?
no,
Can
you
y'all
good.
see the chat? Y'all see the questions? Red 45 asked.
What do you say?
Look,
It's a
didn't you
she. I
touch
think
a
over here. I
complex
don't know who
topic?
it is. They won't come up. I put the chat in there. I mean, I put the link to the chat, but they ain't came up. Red, why don't you come up if you got something to say? Red 45. I dropped the link in the chat. Other than that, we finna get back to blogging. It's back on you, Cam. My bad.
Oh, yeah. So basically, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell all my people right here. If you smoke, you smoke. If you drink, you drink. That's more of a probable cause for them to fuck with you. If you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
riding around, don't ride around with no crazy shit on you. Don't be riding around with nothing, because if you give an inch, like we said on the last coffee time, with the respect shit, if you give an inch, motherfuckers going to go a mile.
Hell
If you
yeah.
give a motherfucker who could prosecute you an inch, they gonna go a motherfucking a light year and beyond. And they will, in some of them, if you have a bad run in with some of them, they will make sure you get the maximum consequence. They will try and slam the book on you for the slightest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I just always move real smart, fam. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't force nothing. I don't get out my jurisdictions on. If I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm in a place where I don't feel comfortable with them people, don't go. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit it out. I'll sit it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I'd rather miss out on that fun than, you know what I'm saying, have a headache with legal issues and a motherfucker who could possibly kill me and legally get away with it. You know? Or, you know what I'm saying, just have one bad run in. You know what I'm saying? Not even kill you, you know what I'm saying? Just fuck your life over. All of one bad run in, and then just like how you said too, like you said, old boy said he wasn't gonna give you a ticket, came back from the car, wrote you a ticket. Just be lying. I don't trust people, so I'm not giving no possession to over my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's good that you say don't ride with nothing on you or nothing like that, because you know they be licking their lips when they sing a lick like that.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. They get a thrill off of that shit.
Yeah, they be licking their lips on that right there, my boy. For
I'm
real.
telling you, man. I'm telling you, bro. I swear to God, bro.
If
Well,
you
I
look
ain't
at
gonna
it,
swear to
bro,
God, but I
I hear.
promise you, some of these officers, bro. I feel like some of these officers they pull over people. You know what I'm saying? They literally get horny whenever they, you know what I'm saying, smell weed or know you got alcohol in the car. Like
Bro, I'm not
literally.
finna play with you. The boy get a hard on her. Better than being at home with their wife.
Yeah.
They go,
Niggas
oh,
get horny
yeah,
off of that
hey,
shit. Like, bro,
hey, you want daddy to tell you a bedtime story? I got me one tonight. What you mean?
type shit.
Damn,
What
for
you
real,
mean?
huh?
Yeah. Straight
It's
up.
something we
They
got
look
early
forward
on,
to
dog.
it, fam. And you know they be
Oh, I know you
planning
feel
on it
me.
like, bro,
I
who
know you
we
feel
gonna
me.
get today?
Yeah,
Who we gonna get
that's
today?
literally what this is, bro.
I ain't never
Them niggas
seen
literally.
a city with so many cop cars, bro. It's a million cop cars out here and only like 10 cops. Why I got all these vehicles? Shit, I need a vehicle. Give me one. Shit.
Let me tell you, if you get stopped in Lake Jackson, you ever
Oh man,
somebody gets stopped in Lake Jackson, about 4 cop cars will pull up
man.
for a
And they
traffic
Yeah,
all, hey,
for no
hey,
reason.
we ain't doing no races. No, nothing. But 9 times out of 10, they all gonna be white boys. And
Yeah,
then they got
buddy.
one black
Yeah,
cop.
it
They
might
got
be
one
one
black
black
cop
dude.
and acting like, you know,
It might be one black cop with all them boys. He'd be like, man, it ain't nothing I could do for you. Like, bro, I know it's something you could do, fam. You can't tell me there ain't nothing you could do for me right now, dude. You see what they doing to me.
Lake Jackson. I gotta tell y'all this is a little micro story, but I gotta tell y'all this. When you want to talk about the one black police officer, back in the day, the one black police officer in Lake Jackson, and some of y'all might know who I'm talking about, pulled me over when I was a child. I was 14 years old, pulled me over to get my phone number.
That's
Can I
their
can I
thing.
drop a can I drop a hint
Pulled me
real quick?
over in front of Lake
That's
Jackson
their thing.
Intermediate School and told me, if you don't give me your number, I will go over to your house and I will talk to your parents. I know where you stay because you stay across the street from my homeboy uncle.
What the hell?
Wow.
What the hell?
I got a question. Is one of his initials a B? Because I think I know
Yes,
where it's going.
yes, that,
Oh God, I knew it. I knew it.
yep,
I'm out of here.
yep. I'd like to invite him to talk about this if he wants. He knows who he is.
I was not
We
trying to talk
did
about
another
that.
show on that.
I was not trying to talk about that.
Sorry.
what?
Did
He
he
bragged
burn
that a
off? Is that
Huh?
why he burned off?
What happened? What I miss?
I don't know. Cam just dipped. I don't know.
Oh, I thought
Oh
no,
my God.
no, I see her, she laughing. I'm saying what I miss shit.
Oh, Cam
Is
dipped
that
off.
why he burned off though?
Why? I mean, I don't know. I'm lost. No.
Nah, he probably be back. He be gaming and stuff. He'll
Okay.
be
Do
in
you
and
want
out.
to do you want us to tell you the story? You want to recap,
Please.
Mike? You want to
Yes, please. So she say she was 14, you know what I'm saying? Law pulled over talking about you gonna give me your number. You gonna give me your number. His name start with a B from Lake Jackson. He's a
Kim?
cop.
Okay. Let me tell. That's not exactly how the story went. So I said when I was 14, And I was leaving Lake Jackson Intermediate in front of the intermediate school. He pulled me over. I was walking, and he forced me to give him my number. And he told me that if I didn't, he would go have a talk with my parents. He knew where I stayed because I stayed across the street from his homeboy relative house, whatever.
I was told that bitch.
Yeah, his homeboy's uncle.
So anyhow, so he forced me to give him my number. Now, I don't know what his intentions were, but I was 14, so it couldn't have been good. And he knew how old I was.
When you say force, is it like at gunpoint? Like, you gonna give me this number?
Okay, it's
either way it goes, it's still
I'm finna go have a talk with your parents. And it was like a blackmail type of situation. That's what it was.
Oh, you want to blackmail me?
Straight up invited me to give him my number.
That's still pathetic.
But that's what happened. So, and I didn't say any names, but Cam knew exactly who I was talking about. And I don't know what happened, but he burnt off.
Shit, I think Cam going to get on that ass or something.
What I missed, man.
As soon as that story was done, that nigga jumped up off this hoe. I'm talking about this before it was even finished. The boy say shit gone. So I don't know.
He
hit him up and asking if he need backup.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
But also what everybody bring up. But what I did say, if he wants to talk about it,
yeah.
That officer knows who he is. I didn't say names. I'm not one who likes to say names. But if he wants to talk about it, come on, let's talk about it. No. There's two sides to every story. That's my story. He wants to talk about it. Come on. But the whole reason why it even came into the conversation is because Mike was talking about a lot of times you'll have that one police officer who is black. You know, everybody else white. You've got that one officer, right?
Yeah.
My fault. My shit just cut out.
Sometimes that signal too.
I ain't iPhone balling like y'all, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I'm not iPhone. I'm Team Android.
You know what I'm talking
about? Bad business.
I use the iPhone. I have.
We know you balling.
We know how females want an iPhone because that's what's trending.
That look like a baby computer.
No, you know why? You know why they want iPhones? Because the camera quality.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. I look good in the camera.
That's a good thing.
My kids forced me to get it actually because
like my son told me that too. He's like, Dad, why don't you just get an iPhone? I say, get the hell out of my face.
Straight up. Shit. All my music is free, and that's how I like it. Free. Not digging into my bank account.
None of that. But I mean, iPhones are cool. I ain't got nothing against them. You know, I'm just Android.
They could have that as being the top phone because they live on the camera. But I'm Team Android. Shit.
But her iPhone cute though. It's alright.
Look, it matches. Do you see that?
I see that. What that scary mermaid picture at? That motherfucker creepy.
See the mermaid picture?
That's what we need to talk about, that creepy ass mermaid you got on the wall.
Y'all, I'm gonna have to move the camera, so bear with me.
A mermaid.
What, bro? She got a mermaid picture that look like a dick. I don't know what it is, but it's scary as hell.
Oh man.
Look at it, fam. Look at that. Look at that mermaid.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's here.
You see it?
I'm terrified of them. Hey, I'm scared of a woman that could take me in the water and be like, nigga, if you don't give me none, you finna die. I can't swim. Shit.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, that scares you. Hold on. Forgive me if there's in here, y'all.
That police brutality, real.
What?
Oh, she got even more creepy little women in the house.
You see it?
Oh man, mermaid.
Bro, don't let that fool you found. Them things vicious, bro. Them things vicious. Straight up.
Shit. Somebody in the chat. Somebody coming up in the back. Let me see who this is.
Them
Oh,
mermaids vicious, bro. I'm
that's
telling
Cam.
you.
He got Cam
Are
back.
you
My boy
surprised that
back.
I have that though, Mike?
Yeah,
He
Cam back.
went. He went and did what he had to do and came back.
You good? Cam.
I'm finna be right there. What happened?
We
What y'all
was
say? I need to
wondering
hear
about
because
you,
y'all was
man.
laughing.
Make
I heard
sure
y'all
you
say
all
I went
right.
to go do something. I came
You
back.
missed my
Nah,
mermaids.
I say after you told that story, you dipped off like you had to make a phone call.
Oh no, I actually got a
Is
phone
that one of
call.
your friends, associates?
What that is?
Was that one of your associates?
What you mean by that? What's
The
all that?
officer.
Oh shit.
You said who?
The we the officer that I was talking about, is that one of your friends?
Oh no,
The
no.
former officer. Okay. We weren't sure because like you did, so we didn't know.
Oh nah, never that. Okay, I thought we was. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, you gotta step back. Yeah, you gotta step all the way back.
Oh, you know what? If my memory serves me correctly, he did eventually get busted, right? Or there was a
He
bus.
should have.
I heard something
He
about
did.
that. One of my brothers
Yeah,
told me something about that.
yeah. There was a bus, and he was up inside of the place they busted.
Perfect. Oh yeah. Shit. If not, I know where
So
it's
that
at.
was the dirty
I'll
officer.
make it tonight without it. Yep. I'm about to say shit. It ain't going nowhere. Nah, I'm actually off.
That's crazy.
I'll be here Saturday though.
Just because you're an officer of the law, you could just go around
Buckle down.
harassing students trying to get some education.
Hey, whatever you couldn't figure out, you better figure it out. Why you going to sleep tonight?
I mean, and
All right, y'all.
he was probably, if he was the same age as his friends that he was referencing with me to get street cred or whatever, like he probably would have been about 24 at the time, and I was 14.
Yeah. And damn that, regardless of the fact, that nigga need to be dead.
straight up. Straight up. Straight up.
Real nigga shit.
A lot of these officers, they are dirty,
Very.
and they get away with it because they're above the law.
Really, they think they is. For real.
Hey, really on the cool. That shit funny because I never, you know what I'm saying, had a run in with that guy, but I just knew he was a character.
He a character, huh? Comic book.
And
I
he
just knew he
knew
was a character, fam.
exactly how old I was. He knew.
Wow. So
He
low
knew
key,
a
he
lot
been
of
like
information
studying
about
some
me.
shit.
Like,
Oh yeah, that's what the motherfuckers do, bro. They study, and then they try and catch you for prey.
yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying, you don't succumb to what they tell you, then they gonna put the law in your life. This shit ridiculous.
I'm just fortunate I didn't have any other run-ins with him. That was the only time.
Shit, I'm glad you didn't too. That shit fucked up. That shit don't. Like, how does that, like, okay, what does that make you feel about even calling the laws if you need to call the laws in a situation? Like, do you even feel comfortable calling the laws in a situation where you need to call the laws after some shit like that? Fuck no.
Let me tell you, I went to the police, also Lake Jackson Police Department. Sorry, Lake Jackson, we're riding y'all a little hard tonight, but y'all sure do a lot of and y'all arrest a lot of people. So I mean, we're gonna talk about it, okay? But I did go in one time to report that my car was stolen. My car was actually taken without my permission by a family member. Didn't know where it was, all that. I go in there upset about it clearly. And an officer was trying to hit on me in there.
Wow.
Like, bro.
The officer
This
that
is
I
not the place
reported
or the
it to.
time.
Yeah, I'm here to look for my car. Hey, why don't you just give me your number and I'll help you find it tomorrow?
And let me tell you how he did it too. Y'all are gonna trip because we talked about it probably the last time or one of the last times when we were talking about people will use another guy's name to try and get with a girl.
Yep.
Yeah, they might do that too. Yeah.
Didn't
Oh
you
yeah.
used to go with so and so? Weren't you his girl? He knew my ex.
Wow.
So he
Like,
wanted to
bro,
talk
how the
about
fuck
my ex.
That's crazy.
I
like in a
mean,
time of crisis, you asking irrelevant ass questions.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this? Nigga, I did not
like
come here
my
for this
car's been
bullshit, bro.
stolen. You trying to hit me? You trying to hit on me? My car's been stolen.
That's crazy.
Did you do this on your own time? This is my time. You're supposed to be
Yeah.
protecting and serving. Like, come
Man,
on.
that nigga a fucking predator.
Like, so many of them are like, I just can't even tell y'all. Like, y'all would just
bro, a real live predator.
women deal with all the time. Okay.
He taking protect and serve to the max.
And honestly, sometimes like sometimes it can, you know, if I come into contact with an officer, he's less likely to probably to try and brutalize me in a like excessive force type of way. But you know, more likely to try and ask me or get my number
I got
or
lucky.
whatever. Any female. Or child, you know?
That's pathetic.
I mean, what it all comes down to is abusing their authority.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They're in a position of power, and they're going to exploit it for whatever it's worth. Whatever they can get away with, that's what they're going to do.
Man,
That's why
we
when folks
speaking
say
of them, I'm
you
pulling up
gotta
and I'm
report
seeing
them.
lights flashing right now as we speak. I don't know if it's them or if that's like the ambulance. I don't know what the case is.
Damn.
It's the ambulance. It's the ambulance. Yeah, it went back over there.
They think they the only ones that can roll at nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
They think they the only ones can drive around at nighttime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they got to stop all that, pull you over because it's suspicious. It's just nighttime. Can't nobody see nothing. Everything is suspicious. Bitch, you suspicious for pulling me over. The fuck is you pulling me over for?
For real, for real.
I've been pulled over one time because it was nighttime and I looked white. So the officer was like, "What are you doing in this neighborhood? You're too white to live here. What are you doing over here? Are you buying drugs?"
Wow. That's how we look at it, huh?
That one like Jackson, that was Clute, but yeah.
The lighter complected you are, the more clean you are. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, like what are you doing here? You're distracting us. We're trying to arrest other people, not you.
Damn, fam. So if they see me as a light skinned nigga, fam, they gonna look at you, kinfolk, and they gonna, you know what I'm saying? They gonna think you kingpin.
See, that's crazy, man.
That shit funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, them niggas, I don't know. Them niggas got some work to do. They need a reform, a super reform. I don't know. That shit got to be defunded first off before there's even any refunding. There needs to be, you know what I'm saying, reforming. There needs to be defunding going on.
Yeah, it was. See, it was somebody online on here earlier, and they were saying that it's been some of them states been defunded. I ain't heard about that. Have you?
I, I looked it up.
Is it true?
So it is true that in some places they have, in some of the urban areas that they have, and there are there's a list of, I think it's like 14 I saw in one article, but they didn't have all of their money taken away. That's not what happened. They had some funds reallocated for other things. One of the biggest um, one of the biggest goals whenever they defund is to get mental health professionals to respond to crisis situations where somebody has a mental illness involved. Because a lot of times what happens is that these officers are being called out for situations that if we had proper mental health care, that person would be in a hospital or in a facility. But we don't. So people who have severe mental illness, they're on the streets or they're being taken care of by relatives or what have you. But that person needs some help. They need to escalate care. They need to get some kind of mental health crisis assistance. But police are being called out there, and at a time when that person is most vulnerable, they're highly likely to end up having a miscommunication, a misunderstanding, or they'll shoot someone because the officer didn't feel like they were following commands. They thought that they were acting weird, but that person was autistic, or that person was had a really low IQ, mental retardation, whatever. So it's really not good that police officers are responding to that type of calls. They don't have the training, they don't have the experience, and they are going to escalate the situation. So what these communities have done is they've taken some funds and invested them into mental health professionals who can respond appropriately.
Wow. Damn.
Do you want your police officers going out because somebody's having a mental breakdown, or do you want them trying to solve a crime, trying to solve a rape? I mean, think about it. Those funds are not being used properly if officers are being called out there. And I've dealt with this in my own family. I have a story about this. I had a child who was getting treatment for an eating disorder. And we were the city, we were staying in Dallas because my child was getting treatment there, and we were staying in a hotel. And at a certain point, the people at the hospital told us, in order to continue care, we need for your child to be brought in to our ER by a police officer. I kid you not. And this happens all the time. It was the first time I heard about it, but I joined some parent support groups, and I've heard it from other doctors. I've heard it in Houston, in other places. So one of the things that the insurance will do is they'll say, we'll pay for 4 weeks. And then once they get to those 4 weeks, their time is up. The insurance will say, we will not continue to pay for their mental health care unless you have a police officer bring them in on a 911 call.
Wow.
A lot of people probably do not know about this. This is a thing in the US, and those insurance companies are dictating to the mental health professionals what to do. And they are saying, we will not pay for that care. Tell the parents that if they want more care, they're going to have to start calling the law on their relative. So I was sitting up in the hotel room being told this time and time again, literally crying, because I don't want to call the law on my son. And I'm scared that if they come out there, it's an emotional situation. My
They
children,
could do anything to your child.
anything could happen. And that is a traumatic for anybody to have laws come out trying to take them away. That's extremely traumatic.
Especially if the child ain't of understanding. You know what I'm saying? The child probably think you might hate them at this point. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you causing some shit that's going on. Either way, some more mental trauma is going on in this whole situation if you call the laws. And it could possibly go downhill in an even worse manner.
Yes, police brutality right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like that, motherfuckers don't even feel comfortable with calling. That's not good when motherfuckers don't feel comfortable with calling you, bro. That's not good. Like, that's like me having a mechanic service. That's like me running the shop, kinfolk, instead of my brother. That's like me running the shop. And every time somebody pull up and I do a job, the shit work for like 2-3 days, cool. And then next thing you know, it happened 3-4 times, fam. Do you think anybody want to come fuck with me after that? No. What the fuck? Them niggas gonna look at me as the janky man. Don't fuck with that nigga. He gonna put you in the worst position. And you gonna have to come off some bread.
Yeah. Jolie in the game. Another Jolie.
Oh, he dropping names on the stream now. He dropping names on the stream. I seen that nigga yesterday, fam. What's going on, partner?
I know that nigga just same old stuff, man.
Fam dropped the name.
I thought we said we were going to do names.
Hey, yeah, that was fam. Hey, this fam show.
Yeah.
He running the show, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
my show.
I mean, you know, I just dropped his name. I knew a person that he didn't tell me who he was talking about. I just said another slowly. He knew who I was talking about. That's all. Yeah. I didn't drop no names.
We had a conversation.
To me, it was a name. But you know what I'm saying? To everybody else, if you know, you know. If you're watching this, if you know, you know. If
you know. If you know, you know.
They're getting some tea tonight because I know that there's some people watching who are going, yeah, I know that officer that got her number, you know. And then I don't know who you are talking about, but they might know them too. Y'all getting y'all bait for y'all buck tonight.
So the officer actually got your phone number?
Mm-hmm.
He actually got your phone number?
Yeah, he did. And he already knew how old I was. He told me where I stayed. He told me how old I was. He told me people that I knew. Like, this was some creepy stuff. I really think probably, because I have red hair, and I don't know how much y'all can tell because there's not good lighting in here, but my hair is really red. So when I'm outside, it kind of glows, right? So he probably was just cruising down Oyster Creek Drive, saw me from a distance, made a beeline, probably did a little U-turn, go back over there to harass me at my school. Me walking away from my school, and he saw my school ID. So, like I said, he could come up on the show. He could, reach out to me, whatever he wants to do, if he wants to dispute that. But that happened, and I know for a fact he saw my ID, had my birth date on it, in my graduation year.
Wow.
1995.
Wow.
And he did try and call, but at the time, my boyfriend was there. My boyfriend answered the phone. I passed it to him.
That's got to be crazy.
But this is why people don't trust the police.
Yeah. It's been stories that females, they show them their titties and they let them go.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, I've heard several stories, I just ain't I ain't here to tell a story, so I'm not gonna speak on it. But I've heard several stories in my lifetime about That's how a female get away. They let them go. Put whenever he getting ready to stop for traffic, put your you know how they like to see the cleavage, look down in there and see the cleavage. You know what I'm talking about? Shit.
Hey,
Shit.
there's no. I don't know
They
if you
like
can see. I don't
that.
no
I'm just
cleavage.
saying.
I
I'm
don't. I
just
dress
saying that.
modestly.
I'm just saying that's what they like. They get
Yeah,
off the shit like
yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying?
There they
Then
go, the horny
versus,
man.
versus to looking in there and seeing a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you know,
Oh, they do be happy. Like they do. Like they
yeah.
have like a different tone. You know, they're kind of like showing off.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
look at me in
yeah,
my uniform.
yeah.
Look, when I've gone in to make a police report, I've had them like try and impress me with their street knowledge.
Mhm.
Like try and talk about, you might know so and so. Like I've had them try and look up things on the computer. Like this person. Yeah, they pull that person's name up on the computer, start talking about that person, whatever, giving information. Like these laws, like they will use their position and power to try and impress females. I don't know
Man,
who they think they're fooling, who that works with. I don't know, but I have heard of chicks that date police officers, that they'll say, oh, let them stop me, let them pull me over. They're not finna do nothing. I know all the cops. Have y'all ever heard this? Like, white girls are real quick to say this. I know the cops. They're not gonna arrest
I
me.
know you know the cops.
Yeah, you know the cops.
I'm not saying you in general, but when they say that, I know you know the cops because you be calling them.
You can usually tell the type too. Like you can usually look at those girls. It's a lot of times it's redneck girls, to be honest with you.
Yep.
Or my
This is
uncle's
sad.
a police officer. My daddy's a police officer. Oh, let me tell you. I got a good one about that. There's a chick that I used to work with, had a real bad problem. Pills, alcohol, whatever. She used to drink and drive, and she used to work in a restaurant and or different restaurants, and she was a bartender. So wherever she worked, she'd be drinking through the whole shift, popping pills, whatever. And by the time that she got off, she'd be messed up and then go other places and get more messed up. And
Loaded.
yes, so she would just be like blackout drunk, and she would go places like that, and she would get off, and they would just let her go. Now, one time they did this, she had a wreck or hit like a post or whatever. She was allowed to leave. She left, went home, drank more. Same night, left again, had another wreck. She didn't
damn.
Look at Phil face. Phil face.
You gotta know when to say, it's too much. I had too much.
And I hate to I don't want to keep throwing Lake Jackson out there, but let me just say, like, a lot of this stuff has to do with. So don't let anybody tell you that additional funding creates a better police force or a better trained police force or a more professional. No.
Yeah, that don't work.
That's the problem. See, everybody hears funding and da-da-da-da, and they think money. No, money does not change character. Money makes characters worse. Stop funding these people. If they can't do their fucking job right, they don't need no fucking extra money.
Exactly.
And I feel like if you do something as an officer, you know what I'm saying? If you do something and down somebody who didn't need to be down,
you need to be fired immediately. There don't need to be there does not need to be no kind of like suspension with pay, or debate about it. There's nothing. No, sit your ass at home. Think about what the fuck you did until we prosecute you, because that's what's supposed to happen. Why is taking this damn long for them to pull up for them to finally pull the murder card on them niggas who did that to Breonna Taylor? Why it took that long?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
They're only doing that because of the outcry, because people will not let that go. That's the only reason.
Because people still talking about it.
That's bad that you got to talk about something for years and years and years to get justice on it.
That's for real, for real.
Protests, all kinds of protests.
Yep.
Land of the free and home of the brave, though, huh?
Right.
But when you speak on it, oh, you wrong, or you this, and
you not patriot, or go back where you came from.
Yeah. When you speak on things, that's what that react get. You know, so that's they get that. The ones that speak on it, they the dominant ones. We the dominant ones. Remember that.
Oh yeah.
And
because a lot of people know what the fuck going on, but they too scared to speak on it.
Yeah, it's important to speak out on it because nothing changes unless people talk about it.
That's true.
How long we talk about it and they shit ain't changed?
Yeah, people are not gonna like the fact that we're talking about this right here, but
it is what it is. Coffee time. Y'all go subscribe. Deshaun Jones Coffee Time. Go ahead.
If they're truly there for the public, they should be open to criticism. They should want to grow and change. They should want to hear what the public has to say about it, you know, what their communities have to say about it. If they are actually a legit organization, that's what they should want.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Motherfuckers get mad whenever the riot happened in Minnesota. Well, if you just open up your fucking office and hear them people out, you think all these people fucking tripping for no fucking reason? Come on, let's not be fucking stupid here, man. Let's use some fucking common sense like we grown ass adults.
Yeah.
Like,
speak on it.
Motherfuckers can't keep. All right, like I said the other day, folks. It's like I come over to your house and I'm poking, pushing, prodding, fam, this, fam, that, fucking with you. Never serious, nothing. Get up, go to your fridge, drink your water. Don't ask you if you got a water, nothing. Just get up and just start doing whatever. Fam, you about to kick me out your shit. Or whenever I leave, I'm not coming back. One of the two is finna happen. So I don't know where these people get this idea of they finna keep, you know what I'm saying, unrightfully downing people and thinking, you know what I'm saying, people not gonna shut up, or you know what I'm saying, not say nothing about it, or no, that's crazy. Like, make it make sense. Like that don't make a lick of sense to me, bro. When you start doing your job right, motherfuckers will back the blue. But you know how many motherfuckers ain't been doing right, bro?
Yeah, it's a lot.
For years, for decades at that. It ain't no recent thing.
Throughout the states, everywhere.
It ain't Breonna Taylor. It ain't just Breonna Taylor. It ain't just George Floyd. It ain't just Ahmaud Arbery. Those just names throughout there. It's plenty more, and it's way most severe cases made them people rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? That shit sucked. But it's been way worse cases than them, bro, that get swept under the rug, fam. And people know that shit, bro. This is the 21st century, bro. It's 2022, bro. You think the stories ain't been told? You know what I'm saying? Some shit is gonna happen, fam. Some shit is gonna happen. And George Floyd was the first one. Next time some shit gonna happen, bro, it's gonna be some viral. It's gonna be an outbreak, fam. I'm calling it. It ain't gonna be one state, bro. It's gonna be several states, fam.
Yeah.
People need to realize, hey, bro, it's 2022, bro. I hate to say it, But all that undercover racism shit, bro, it's too late, baby. We already out here. We getting degrees. We reaping all that bullshit y'all people tried to put us in back in the day. You know what I'm saying? If you coming from my people, good luck. Cause we already reaped all, we already went through all the rain. You know what I'm saying? We still going through the rain, but we gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying? It's many people that's finna come within the next 40, 50 years and change the game up. So niggas keep thinking that racist shit gonna fly and all that mistreating the people. Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Y'all can't hold the position of power forever, bro. Y'all niggas gotta die out. And everybody is aware that it's the 21st century. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying, stating this to every single cop or every single politician, or because there's good ones out there. But there's definitely bad ones too. And I'm not going to ignore that. And I will not ignore that. And I'm not going to stay quiet on that. And I'm not, you know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
No, I ain't never had no bad run in. Because I, you know what I'm saying, I was taught at a young age. You're a black man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already know what time it is. It's craze time. Whenever I get on that, it's craze time. You know that nigga ain't playing no games. He gonna straighten you out from the jump and make sure you ain't gotta run into the laws. Because he already know how they gonna try and treat you. I'm already one up on it, fam. I'm already one up on that one. Been one up as an adolescent. But you know what I'm saying? You know what's crazy though? A lot of people, a lot of niggas my age, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people my skin color don't got their daddy around to teach them that. You know?
Be right. Be right.
So they first run in with the laws is a bad run in. And ever since then, it's you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be forever fuck the laws because that was their first time experience.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Deep. Christina, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
Mm, yeah, I wanted to say that I know that there are people out there who were, watching this who have certain ideas about crime statistics, this and that. That person, I don't know what their name was, Red, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that commenter, well, what about defunding the police? Okay, one of the other things we'll say, we're talking about racism, of course, because that's a huge part of police brutality. But another thing that they're going to say is they want to quote crime statistics in different neighborhoods, or who gets arrested, who gets stopped, who gets arrested, and they'll say, well, it's more crime happening in Black neighborhood and Latino neighborhoods and stuff like that. But these are complicated problems, and the racism in the system goes so deep in this country that you can look at it a certain way and it looks like, okay, well, you know what? There is more crime in a Black neighborhood. But the thing is that these police departments are over policing those areas. It's not that crime doesn't happen in white neighborhoods. It happens there too. But where are all the laws posted up at? If you go to for example, if you go to HEB in the Galleria area of Houston, you're not going to see laws posted up all over the place, right? But you go to an HEB in Chinatown and just count all the laws that you're going to see. Just sit there in the parking lot and just count the cop cars that you see go by. So the thing is, they have the laws in these communities for a reason. They have an increased police presence, so they're able to arrest more people. Just because they're arresting people does not mean that crimes are happening there but not happening in other places. It's not true.
And sometimes the arrest that's going on over there is extra. No need. Ain't even got to arrest them people. Just making a scene. Trying to authoritize some shit because you can. not because you're supposed to, but because you can. Just want to do it. And I was reading them chat comments with old boy. I don't know.
Damn, what happened? He must have pushed the wrong button.
Yeah, he must have pushed the wrong button. He was trying to talk about those chat comments.
Yeah, he was saying something about chat comment.
Yeah.
There you go again. Let me add him back. What you were saying, fam?
Oh, I'm just going back and reading over the comments from the Red 45, dude. I think we just need to have a little chat rule. Once you get a little once you don't want to come up in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Voice your opinion, even though you ain't gotta have the camera on. And you know what I'm saying? I feel like everything you can't come to this type of session and be a go against the grain type of nigga on everything that's said. And that's what I'm reading in the comment section, fam.
Straight
Like,
up.
nothing was agreeable. Like everything was a go against the grain type shit. Like ain't nobody got time. If you want to come on to the show to be a go against the grain type of nigga, that's fine, fam. But at least get on the mic. At least get on the mic if you're gonna be a go against the grain type of nigga.
Yeah,
That way
that's what the
we can
nigga
go
was.
back and forth. I ain't gotta read your comments and wait for you to comment back to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You spoke the real.
What about that?
Nah, he spoke on it. He spoke the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he was doing. He was in the chat. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't come up. I kept dropping the link for him. Come up. Say what you got to say as a man.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
That person was trying to derail the conversation. He was trying to take control of the conversation to get the heat off of law enforcement. So he was trying to, distract, and the best defense is an offense, or however that saying goes. Like, that's all. He didn't want us talking about what we were talking about. He wanted to change the subject.
Like, nah, it ain't even like you ain't even gotta be like that, fam. It's just a seminar. I understand what I'm saying. You might disagree with what's being said, but you ain't gotta go against the grain on every, especially if you're a black man. Something had to been said to, you know what I'm saying, that you felt, you know what I'm saying. There's no way you felt completely. And I feel you on the white politicians part, you know what I'm saying. But it ain't just them, bro. Or whatever he said, the white Democrats and all. It's all these old politicians that was raised up in that time, like he said before. It's a whole lot of old people running this country that was from that time.
Yeah.
Or was raised by people from that time. So what's their next best ideals? You know what I'm saying? What you think their ideals gonna be if they raised by somebody from that time?
Right.
Apple don't fall too far from the tree, my nigga. Just common sense out here.
Yeah. That's right. You got the haters. They gonna be coming in the chat. It was another hater. Couple of them. Somebody must have been making a fake page or something. They were saying some bullshit, but
oh yeah, just know it's coming, fam.
YouTube took care of that.
Hey, all publicity is good publicity.
I love it. I ain't gonna even lie.
Love it.
I love it. The haters and all, man. You gotta love them. You gotta love them.
If you can't embrace them, then you ain't doing it right.
Straight up.
Embrace everything that come with it.
Straight up. Ready for it.
Yeah, Cat Williams said if you got haters, that means
I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke. Shit. What you say?
I said Cat Williams said if you got haters, that means you're doing something right.
That's true.
And let me tell you, people will speak on this topic, and a lot of times they will feel a certain kind of way because they've heard something or they've read something, but it's so complicated, and these law enforcement and the Justice Department, and there's so much racism embedded into this country that you can look at the numbers and you could say, well, the numbers say, that that it's not just Black people being arrested, it's a lot of white people too. Well, if you know what the numbers are about, then you're going to know that it's more complicated than that. It looks like it's a lot more white people being arrested than they really are because, for example, they classify Latino people as white. They classify Hispanic people as white. So how many Mexican people, how many Central American people? There's Black people in Central America. There's Black people in South America. They're from a Latino country. They're likely to be classified as Hispanic or Latino. And in Texas, that counts as white. So when that person's getting pulled over, that police officer isn't going to get dinged for racial profiling because it looks like he pulled over a white person. Well, that's not what happened. You and I both know that that person's not white. But it's built into the system that way. I've seen this on, we were talking the other day about busted Brazoria County. I've seen it where they arrested a dark-skinned Mexican person, and people will sit up there and saying, why does it say that they're white? That person's not white. And then somebody will go, oh, that's because Hispanic isn't race, it's the ethnicity. Okay, well, why is it classified as an ethnicity? I'll tell you why. It's because they classify us as white because it makes it easier for them to over police our communities and to pull our people over, and it doesn't look bad on that officer's record. If you have that officer's badge number, you can look up information about her arrest. You can, if you know anything about that police department or that city or whatever, you can find those statistics. But those statistics are distorted. So it's real, people are real quick to say, well, what about this? What about that? This is why we need to have an actual discussion about it.
And then let's go to the micromanaging of it. The micromanaging of it. Okay. Yeah, know what I'm saying? The numbers saying this, and that. But let's say fuck the numbers. Let's say fuck the percentages and let's get down to the actual case. This case versus this case. What this black man get compared to what this white man get. The same offense. Let's see what the you know what I'm saying? Let's see what the difference between the final judgment is. I bet you there's significant difference. 70 to 80% of the time.
Here you go.
I've experienced it.
Shit crazy, man. Man, the truth is out there. The light is right there, bro. If motherfuckers don't want to think, or motherfuckers want to sit there and be ignorant and be, you know what I'm saying, be stupid, all that, I ain't finna go with it. Fam. Like, I guess maybe it's the mood that I'm in today too, or nah. It's just the actual facts of the matter. Like the facts is all there. The light is there, bro. You just choose not to see that shit, and that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? People don't want to hear. People don't want to hear and see the facts. I don't know what's so crazy about that. And then backdoor and post the Bible verse.
Yeah,
what?
That's true. That's so goddamn true right there, man. You gonna touch a nerve. That's true.
Stop all that. Stop all that front shit, bro. God don't like ugly, so you finna be in for terrible. Look, all I got to say is, I ain't here to judge nobody, and I ain't the final judge to be judging nobody. But you know what I'm saying? If you saying I'm going to hell because of this, and then you doing all this faking, boy, I don't know where the hell you going.
Straight up.
I guess you going to the is there, like, you know how there's burns, fam? Is there like a first degree, a second degree, and the third degree? Because you know in hell is 5, so I'm guessing shit. I guess if I'm hell, I guess I'm first degree, and because you fake as hell, you third degree. Like,
damn it.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's too much going on, fam. And they need to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody, and I pray about it sometimes, because ultimately I feel like it may never figure itself out or it may figure itself out. It's gonna be one of the two, ultimately. I have faith that it'll figure itself out, and I know what I'm saying I try and speak my little part here and there because you got to play your part too. You can't just believe; you got to play your part too. A lot of people don't know that. That's cool. You can believe a lot. You can believe, you know what I'm saying? You can have faith in yourself, but you also got to play your own part too for yourself. But nah, I just have faith that it's gonna get better. But I know the facts is all there, the light is there, and it's just I feel like I do feel like growing up at first I didn't have, you know what I'm saying, many white friends that didn't speak on such things. But as I got older, I started seeing white friends. Some went a certain way, and some, you know what I'm saying, actually stood out. You know what I'm saying? I had some white friends that surprised the fuck out of me at some moments. Like they came out and said some shit on Facebook, like whenever the whole George Floyd thing happened, and I'm just like, damn, that's
Damn.
crazy. Yeah, like that's crazy. But
Damn, that's how you feel?
but you know what the crazy part is,
I
fam?
feel the same thing.
I sit back and I think to myself, damn, that's kind of fucked up that the world got me thinking that fucked up that he, you know what I'm saying, all he doing is backing what's right, but I'm surprised that he doing it. But the world been so fucked up. Like it's kind of fucked me off because I'm not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to be like, damn, I'm supposed to be like, appreciate that, my nigga. But the fact, you know what I'm saying? But the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he coming out and saying it, and you know what I'm saying, it's never been spoke about because the world just so fucked off about it. It got me saying, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm still supposed to be happy, but why am I surprised and happy? You know what I'm saying? I ain't supposed to be, I'm just supposed to be like, oh, of course he's supposed to stand up for what's right, but the world got me so driven in a manner to where I'm like, oh damn, you came out and you said that? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I thought maybe you wasn't even fucking with black people on the cool. Like, why has it got me in a manner to where I don't really know who is my, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to that, who's my enemy and who's my, you know what I'm saying, who's actually my friend. That's crazy that the world got you thinking like that in 2022, and that's some shit that happened 100 years ago. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit that happened. We almost got flying cars. We got jets now, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? We got motherfucking everything damn near you could imagine. And then, you know what I'm saying, if we don't got it, we at that brain stage to where we working towards it and we already have ideas how to get towards it. You know what I'm saying? Scientists figuring out new shit every day. Or inventors, engineers creating new shit every day. But look at how like advanced tech wise we are, but moral wise, shit sad, bro. Shit sad.
And we have the social science behind all this stuff too. I mean, that's what I study. I study a whole variety of different social issues that affect people's experiences in this country that create inequalities and create differences in things like how old someone lives to be, and how more likely they are to die from something or whatever, and things like race and police brutality and inequality in the justice system and things like that. Like, the numbers don't lie. People are literally dying from this stuff all the time, and
I'll be
there is
right back.
there's numbers to back this stuff up. There's studies that show what changes we can make to improve some of this, and what other methods could be used and what reforms could be made. It's just that people don't want that to happen. Like Kim was talking about, we've got so many old politicians in there, on both sides. There's like people that are like 80 years old. Well, if you live through Jim Crow, you're a white politician who lived through that time, like, are you really necessarily going to be supporting equality the same way that one of us who went to a school that has already been desegregated, that has black and brown people? Like, we're going to look at it one way, and then somebody went to an all white school they're look at it in a different way. You know, so there's a lot of changes that we could make, positive changes that aren't even necessarily that hard to make, but people just don't want to make it. People are afraid of change. They want to keep it the same way that it always has been. And it's not going to happen. Eventually, that change is going to come, whether they like it or not.
Okay. All right. Cam. Evidently, Cam is out right now. Miss Christina, she said a whole lot tonight. You know, appreciate everybody that tuned in to the coffee time. You know what I'm saying, with us. The open chat, the ones that participate, the ones that view the live. You know, the ones that subscribe, and the ones that want to make a change. Hey, tune
Oh,
in to
man.
our lives. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Tune into our lives. You
Yeah,
back?
I mean, if they legit want to, if they legit want to have a conversation, like they're not just straight up hating, you know, talking mess in the comments, but like if they hear us say something and they're like, you know what, that's not right, or hey, I don't think y'all know about this, but let me tell you what I heard, or let me tell you what I experienced. All right, come on, let's have a
Yeah,
conversation.
come up. Come
I
up. Be a
promise you,
woman,
this
be a
ain't.
man, be a woman, be a man, and come up. That's
I'm all
what
ears
they're
for you.
gonna do. They gonna come up. Even if they cut their camera off, they gonna come up. You gonna hear them. You know what I'm saying?
That's the point of this show, for everybody to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
For everybody to be heard. You know what I'm saying?
He just sent the invite 1,000 times. He just sent the invite. You just sent the invite more than the preacher man do on the Sunday.
Yeah, I sent the invite by 4 times.
No, I'm talking about you just I'm saying verbally. Like you on this hoe. You let niggas every 15, 20 minutes, Kim I'm gonna let you know. Come up if you want to come up. So with
Yeah,
that being said,
yeah.
if you got a peace of mind, if you got a legit, valid peace of mind, come
Yeah,
speak your
because what
piece.
I'm watching the numbers on YouTube. I'm watching the numbers on Facebook. I'm watching the numbers on my other Facebook. I'm watching the numbers on Twitter, and I'm watching the numbers on. It's this other. I would have to go look at it when I'm offline, get off my phone or whatever, to pull it up and show you what else I got it loaded to. I got all of that going in one. You know what I'm saying? So like if I'm on here, I can actually see like right now it's 0 in the chat on here. Let me
Yeah.
go right here. I can tell you what's over here.
Like it's a whole streaming platform. It's gonna let you know what all your views is like from all different apps, from all
Yeah.
other parties.
Yeah, like on Facebook right now we got 4 viewers on Facebook. And I go to smoke them up. I go to smoke from J. Let me go to smoke from J Block. I can see all of that. Right now on smoke from J Block, it's 7 viewers over there. Damn.
That's a good 11 right there. 7-4 right
So
there.
so you know, it's some people that's watching. They just don't want to come up.
Nah, they ain't gotta come
You
up.
know,
Yeah.
Maybe they entertain watching us, fam. You
but I
never
don't
know.
want to force them to come up. Just I want them to be comfortable. If they want to be comfortable in the background, that's where they can stay. But just know you can come up on the platform and speak at any time. All you gotta do is drop it in the comment. Hey, drop the link, and I'll drop the link.
Well, and
But
I mean, they might have something to offer. Like we
That's what
might
I'm
hear,
saying.
you know, like
mm,
say it. Let us know. Speak your truth.
I'm an open book. I love to read and I love to listen. I don't read as
straight
much as
up,
I used to, but whenever I used to read, boy, I get up in that bit.
Yeah.
straight up.
When I read, it's usually like because it's mandatory for my class. But
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, once you got the college vibes, you know what it's like. Once you read that shit for them college classes, you don't never want to really read like that unless it's mandatory again.
yeah, when you're forced into it. But I mean, like, you know, just like a little while ago, like they're like, well, what about the defunding? Okay, so you know, we looked into that, and we'll talk about it. Like everybody, everybody's not right all the time. Like, let's have a conversation about it. You know, you don't have to feel like you're sitting there at home watching the screen like, oh, those motherfuckers. Like, why are they saying that? They so wrong. Like, okay, tell us we're wrong. Let's talk about it. I'm here to learn.
Straight up, straight up. If you can't be too you can learn something at any good given time. Stay ready to learn.
Yeah, you have to keep your
Shit, every
eyes.
day you're supposed to learn something new.
Straight up, fam. Real talk.
You want to progress in life? Every day, go learn something new. It could be the smallest thing. That's 365 lessons in a year. You think you ain't found a way to make some money in 365 lessons? Come on. If you ain't found a way to make some money, you'd have found a lead. You'd have found a lead to a way. Something. There ain't no way. There ain't no way in hell you can't tell me such.
Hmm.
Look, I'm gonna tell you like this, kinfolk. I ain't at the best of my best. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say this straight up. I could be broke down bad. I could be at my worst of my worst. I could be down to my last, kinfolk. But it's one thing you're not finna do. You still can't sell me no bullshit. I
Straight
don't
up.
care how broke I am. I don't care how
Straight up.
broke, beat down, depressed,
Straight
financially unstable. I don't care what's going on. You can't sell me no bullshit. That's for sure, for
straight up.
sure.
Straight up. Straight up. I hear that. I hear that. You know what I'm saying? And everybody that tuned in, they should have got something off of it. They didn't pay attention. That's on them. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? We gave it to them tonight. I'm sure y'all want to be and get need rest. I'm not gonna keep y'all on here too long. I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Everything is on point. Y'all y'all on point. No, y'all speak that real shit. Keep speaking that real shit. No matter if nobody like it. If they don't like it, fuck it. Keep speaking it.
Oh, I don't care if
'Cause
they do. I
it's
don't care if they
somebody out
don't.
there. It's somebody out there gonna like it.
I only care if they do. I really don't care. I really don't care to talk if they don't. Unless they got something very contrary, you know what I'm saying? Unless they got something valid to you know what I'm saying, on the contrary of what I said, then I really ain't. You know what I'm saying? I'm not paying attention to no haterism. Now, like I said, you got a valid statement against what I got going? Come on, speak it. Let me know something.
Straight up.
Give me the insight
Straight
on
up.
it.
Come
I
on
might
up
be
in the
wrong.
chat. Come on up in the chat.
I'm not perfect. One thing I can tell you one thing. I can tell you one thing I know for sure, and we can bet on it. I bet everything I got on it. I'm not perfect.
Yeah, and I
That's
can tell
enough
y'all, like,
saying. I'm
I
not
love to
perfect.
talk. I will say the wrong thing. My mouth gets me in trouble. You could go up to any one of my ex-boyfriends and ask why we split up. It probably is because of something I said.
Hey, you know what? That you out that denial step, so you on your way to making yourself to the right one. I'm gonna let you know that right now, because a lot of women is not gonna say that. And I'm just here to give you the truth.
99.9% of the arguments are because of something I said. Like, I mean, I'll be honest,
Uh-huh.
I got a problem. Like, that's why I'm saying I say something wrong. Like, someone please say something. Please correct me. I need to be corrected sometimes.
Straight up, straight up. See, that's the key. Knowing that when you're able to say, I got a problem. It's me. Whenever you're able to say that, like you just said, you said I got a problem. You know how many women that can't do that? What you just did, what you just said, they can't do that. You know why? Because their pride is too big. You just admitted to something. You said I have a problem. That means once you notify your problem, then you can correct it and start
Yep.
working on it, where you won't have it no more. You understand? You see what I'm saying?
This is why
So
I
that's
don't
a good
censor
thing.
myself too much on my Facebook page, or even like in my friendships or anything. Like, I don't want there to be any surprises. Like, I want y'all to know. Like, I'm gonna talk about a lot of stuff. I don't put my foot in the mouth. I'm gonna say stuff, without thinking. I talk too fast, and like sometimes something slip out I shouldn't have, whatever. But that's how I am, and I need people to know that, that's the way I am. And I think that we all have to have that mindset, like of seeing ourselves, looking in the mirror and just trying to grow and improve every day.
Straight up. That's deep. Y'all need to everybody need to take that part with them, because that's deep.
It's only two people really that I'm fair found. It's God and the man in the mirror.
Straight
Man
up.
in the mirror. Hey, sometimes that nigga kind
Yeah.
of tough to look at, fam. That nigga tough to look at. I ain't gonna lie to you. We all done had them times sometimes.
I break it. I done broke that curse, peeps. I look in that mirror quick and say me. You know what I'm saying? If it's
Oh
me,
yeah.
me, I gotta be honest with myself. You
Yeah.
know what
But
I'm
no
saying?
saying it hurt to keep it real with yourself sometimes. You know
Once
what
you
I'm saying?
get
You
out,
know if you fucking off.
once I released it, a lot of that negative energy and negative thoughts and all of that, really my positivity just take over now. I can't really explain it, peeps. All I can do is just tell you about it.
Nah, yeah, everybody got their way of transferring that. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
just,
Everybody got their way of, you know what I'm saying? See, that's my thing. Like I said, that man in the mirror motherfucker to look at. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I can look at myself and I can tell myself like that look for me, like how you said that look for you, do it. Yeah, that look for me, do it. Because when I look in that mirror, I think exactly who I'm looking at. And I'm thinking what I done did, where I'm at right now, what I got to do today, what needs to be accomplished. You know what I'm saying? The short, the long term, you know what I'm saying? The midterm, set, you know what I'm saying? What am I gonna set for what standard am I gonna set for myself today? Am I gonna be the same as yesterday? Or did I do good yesterday? And should today be like yesterday? Or should today be a better day? Or, what we gonna do today? Oh, or maybe the day started off bad. How we gonna pick that up? You know what I'm saying? Or what we gonna do? What we gonna do about it? We can't cry about it. That's one thing we can't do. But nah, yeah, I feel exactly what you're saying. Like how you said you can't explain it, I can't explain it too. Like I guess I got a different way of looking at it too, because every time I'm looking at me, first thing I'm gonna do is look at my physical. Cause you know what I'm saying, I be in the gym and shit. So that's the first thing I'm gonna look at my physical. I'm think, am I routinely correct right now? Like, am I correct with myself? Where do I need to sharpen my edges? Where, you know what I'm saying, where am I lacking at? What do I need to do? What are we not trying to repeat from yesterday? What are we trying to repeat from yesterday? Or what is some things we've gonna build towards today? Like I said earlier, it's just a whole series of things in your head. It's unexplainable. Like you said, it's unexplainable. Everybody got their own routine, fam. But whenever you master that routine, like how you said, that look in the mirror, it's gonna be a motherfucker. It's gonna be nothing. But sometimes still though, sometimes you can catch yourself sometimes down bad, or maybe in a minute. Or maybe just in a minute. It ain't even gonna be a moment. I mean, it ain't even gonna be the whole day. It might be a minute, whatever the case may be. You look in that mirror, might not even be down bad. You might just be mad at whatever the hell happened. You know what I'm saying? But either way, you got to shake that off. But you know what I'm saying? Like how you said,
you're
that
right.
look that sometimes that look in the mirror. Back in the day, I will say this as I progressed as a human being. That look in the mirror, that negative look in the mirror, used to be a long negative look in the mirror. Now I can look in that mirror and be like, okay, like I said, damn, this shit whack, etc.,
Straight,
etc. But
straight
how we
up.
finna shake back? It already happened. I can't stay stuck on it. I ain't got a time machine. I can't rewind nothing to change that. It happened. It's done.
Very true. Very true. But yeah, we're gonna go and close this one out. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go
Oh
and
yeah.
close this one out. Y'all subscribe. It's Sean Jones Coffee Time.
Hey,
We bringing it to you. You know what I'm saying?
what time you got to blog tomorrow, fam? I'm off.
So whatever time y'all ready, y'all just get with. I'm gonna make a little panel room for us all. That way we all can be able to communicate in one spot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That would be the best deal, to be honest with you.
Yeah, yeah. That way we can all see it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna make a little panel room. But I appreciate y'all. And I appreciate the ones that have tuned in to the Coffee Time show. Y'all go subscribe to Sean Jones Coffee Time. I'm out.